Hey guys, welcome back to another video and say hi Sneaky Snicks. This is probably the first time you guys are seeing her in an actual video. Anyway, happy almost Thanksgiving to everyone. So I moved the camera down a little bit so we can see this cute face as some comic relief. But recently I read an article on freight waves by Craig Fuller, and I really related to this article, especially the beginning portion of it, because he said, and I quote, "One of my followers on X recently commented, 'Everything you post or repost or talk about is doom and gloom. I challenge you to say or find something positive about the economy pertaining to the trucking industry.'" Now, most of you guys in the community, you would prefer the harsh truth than smoke and mirrors, which is awesome, but there are some that think of me as that chick in glasses who has nothing good to say about the industry. So today, in order to maintain the tradition of finding something to be thankful for during the Thanksgiving holiday, I decided to take on the challenge that was directed at Craig Fuller. Ready? Let's go. So let's be frank, the trucking industry right now is a big, stinky, steaming pile of doo-doo. But somewhere very deep inside that huge pile of crap, there is something brewing that will eventually cause a flip in the market. Capacity. Now, most of us know that capacity is the biggest culprit of today's situation, but it is decreasing. Now, according to the Journal of Commerce, and I quote, "Data from the FMCSA shows the number of active U.S. motor carrier operating authorities dropped 16,521 from last December through September, a 4.5% decline. However, with more than 352,300 operating authorities still active, the number of available motor carriers is still higher than at the end of 2021, the last boom year of trucking." So yeah, capacity is definitely leaving, and with it, we can assume that the amount of trucks is leaving as well. But if the capacity, the amount of authorities, is higher than at the end of 2021, when there was a crap ton of freight, well, I mean, what is there to explain? It explains the market situation perfectly. Now, the Journal of Commerce continues. "Large truckload carriers also are clawing back excess capacity by culling trucks and slowing hiring." In other words, that absorption that we're all very worried about, when a carrier goes out of business and they're absorbed by a larger carrier, therefore the capacity is not really decreasing. That is not really happening right now. So let's just look at the facts. Here are some, and I mean a tiny fraction, of brokers and carriers who had layoffs or shutdowns since September of 2023. September 1st, Coyote Logistics, freight broker, laid off an unspecified number of employees. September 25th, I'm going to butcher this, Elma Buchta Trucking, a trucking company that was in business for 85 years, shut down. 100 drivers without a job, 230 trucks gone. September 29th, Titan Transportation Services, better known under their name Sunset Logistics, trucking company, shut down in the worst way possible, in my opinion, not returning the $1,000 escrow and maintenance back to the owner operators. Then we have October 12th. We know about this one, Meadowlark Transport, a trucking company and a freight broker, shut down after 40 years in business. Now, at one point, they generated $200 million in revenue. Just let that sink in. And 273 people lost their jobs, drivers, 337 power units gone with the wind. October 19th, Certified Freight Logistics, a trucking company, ceased operations after 95 years, 157 employees jobless. October 19th, we know about this one. Convoy, freight broker, shut down even though they were valued at $3.8 billion. October 22nd, SEL Supply Chain Solutions, freight broker, shut down despite at one time having $65 million in revenue. 125 employees jobless. November 4th, Elite Transit Solutions, freight broker, laid off 65 employees, and it looks like they are shutting down as well. November 6th, Twin Express, a trucking company that was ordered by court order to liquidate. And this is because they defaulted on a $19 million alone, 76 employees without a job. November 15th, 10 Roads Express trucking company laid off 66 workers, out of which 55 were drivers, 4 were dispatchers, and 7 mechanics. So if you're still wondering what is there to be thankful for, well, my answer is the impending flip, of course. Now, let me make this as crystal clear as humanly possible so that there are no more comments about the fact that I made someone get into the trucking industry right now and lose all their money. The flip that will eventually happen, I don't know when it's going to happen, but the flip that will eventually happen will be due to the current unsurvivable market that we see and we know. It's simply causing people to leave the industry. The impending flip is not likely to come from a huge increase in volume. Now, I often get judged, sometimes very harshly, about the fact that I seem happy that capacity is leaving. And you know what? I completely get it, because here I am with a channel that is rooting for people to survive during this challenging time. But there's also another side. I happen to have 2 trucking companies, which I consider to be kind of like my children. So am I happy about capacity leaving? Well, it's twofold. Let me explain it this way. When somebody in our community comments under a video saying that they were forced to shut down, it really gets to me. I consider you guys my online community. You guys are my people. You know, we want the same things, and I truly want people in this community to succeed. But on the flip side, as a business owner, when I see data and when I read articles that show that capacity is decreasing, the only thing I see is hope. Now, I challenge anyone here who disagrees with me, who's a business owner of any kind, to say that, hey, I hope that my competition survives, or hey, it's not fair that my competition shut down and went bankrupt and I didn't. Thankfully, we do not live under socialism. Well, unless you're in California, of course. So yeah, guys, for me personally, it's a very conflicting feeling, because on one hand, I'm rooting for those who are part of our YouTube community to survive and to come out on top, but I'm not going to pretend I feel the same way when I read that, for example, Metal Lark went out of business. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all a safe and wonderful rest of your week. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you in the next video.